Live.
What's the puddle?
Got rubber boots.
So we need the mower to make it easier to move the trailer. My sister needs to borrow the trailer. Camera lady, sister. Hey, the phone case matches your raincoat.
Mine.
No, you can't. That's my phone. But we come up over here to grab it, and I'm getting really tired of this random, it doesn't leak, it does leak. Come on in, let me show you what I mean. I had to go back for my air tank, because you just never know when it's going to be flat or not, but depending on, I don't know where the leak, it's one of the small, tiny, tick you off leaks that you can't find. I haven't tried doing a bath with it yet, you know what I mean, to find the, but depending on the way it's sitting, it doesn't leak at all, or it just, and the other side does it sometimes too, and I've already upgraded the back tires. I am this close, sis, to just saying I'm upgrading the fronts too. I've got my eyes on, you know what I'm talking about too, right? Those like weird tire things that aren't really tires. They're just like tread around a wheel with the flexible spoke things. I'm close to pulling the trigger, but I've been buying so much stuff lately, and I'm
Your wallet's bleeding.
Yes,
Actively bleeding.
I'm going back. I'm hemorrhaging.
I know how
money.
you feel.
So yeah. So for now, I just keep doing what I do. Keep this air tank full, and throw a little air in it every once in a while.
Yeah. The first Cub Cadet had a problem exactly like yours, where sometimes it would leak, sometimes it wouldn't. You never knew.
Yeah. All right, so it's been a couple weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and check my Earl. Perfect. Just changed that. Check my seat mod. It's still there. The piece of cedar. All right, so we're just this whole video just to go get, well, to complain about a tire and to go get a trailer.
Sounds like my Trailblazer. We've had so much rain lately.
It's so wet.
Yesterday I was driving back from Western Kentucky, and immediately what came to mind was, it looks like Alaska. Alaska's got those neon green colors that just pop in the springtime, and you really, no amount of pictures you can take can recreate or capture those colors correctly. But yeah, it's all the rain we've gotten here. I think Mrs. Handyish said we're up north of 16 inches in the last week. So we've gotten more than our fair share.
It is so wet.
Very wet.
The muddy water just flinging up off my tires. Holy mackerel. I don't know how the mackerel got holy. They weren't swimming around in this muddy water, I'll tell you that. All right. Pull my chalk there. And I don't think you need these cedar pieces.
Cedar boughs? No, I got plenty of my own, thanks.
That's it, folks. We're just gonna, whoops. Good grief. I didn't think we'd get muddy at all. Okay, well, we've got a few weeks ago I did my mower. Now it's sister's time, sister handy-ish.
Yeah, I couldn't lift it, so
Well, you're gonna give me leverage, and I'm gonna be like, whoa,
I'm
too
giving
much
you leverage.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of leverage. We're just temporarily putting it on here so we can drive it off without it being all crazy. Whoop.
Well, there is no driving because.
Well, shove it.
Well, I mean, I did start it. Well, let me see if it'll start.
Well, yeah, but
Well,
you don't
but
have
it wouldn't drive.
you don't have
Anyway.
a drive. The whole point's for putting a drive belt on it.
Well, I'm hoping.
I mean, you can start it, and then
I'm hoping it's just
do the
drive
whole
belt.
full Sparta thing. Yeehaw! Ugh. Whee! Right here, good? Still right here.
Right here.
Oh, it's just gonna move. You stand back there and... Oh, you had the parking brake on.
You had the parking brake on.
You had the parking brake on. Straighten your ramps out.
You.
I turned it on. You left it on. Your ramp's crooked. All right, let me get low, and I'm gonna run you over. You get ready to stop it, if anything.
Oh.
So did you say it was the tensioner?
I mean, I don't know. I pulled on the drive belt, gave it some tension,
Yeah.
and then it would catch.
Huh.
So either it's really stretched out,
Could be.
it was under a lot of tension, or there's a problem with the tensioner. But at least it's spinning.
So the tensioner?
This should... Oh.
See where it goes?
Oh.
Use your words.
I need to replace one of the pulleys is plastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like completely melted.
Oh, should we show the camera?
Oh my gosh. Oh geez.
Here, I'll hand you the camera.
Yeah, it's like melted through to the bolt that holds the pulley on.
So maybe Cub Cadet shouldn't, make plastic pulleys?
Well, they probably would say don't be hauling how many hundreds of pounds. So here's one of the pulleys right here. This one looks okay. But this one that probably takes the brunt of the weight and torque. You can see my finger, it should be right here, and my finger is going all the way into where
Does your front end not have any grease zerks? Or are they on top of under those caps?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Anyway.
I hope they're under the caps.
So yeah, so this pulley is, I need to replace this pulley. And then there will be enough tension. But yeah, and then I need to find the diagram to remember where this goes as well. So, well, I need to go online and order that, although I'm going to drop it. This one holds this in place. I've had to replace it before, so anyway. We have a partial diagnosis anyway.
Well, while she's getting on the interwebs to place orders and such, let's see if we can at least be productive.
Jeez, I can't wait to pull this off to show you. Oh man.
Well, you already showed them, didn't you?
Well, it's more impressive if you can see the full thing, you know.
Okay.
So what were you asking about grease zerks?
They should be under those cap. Hand
Yes.
or head out of the way.
Yeah, sorry.
Ping! Wow, that went flying. All right. No grease zerk under there. Oh, it's back here.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, it's on the other side. Good grief. We'll get a little grease in here. Ah! If I have any grease in here. Nope. I don't think I have any grease left in there. Always important to have a cheap tube of grease laying around ready to go. And then remember how to put it in your gun, because if you don't, then you're going to make a mess. Let's see if I can not make a mess. It's hit or miss.
9/16.
Alright, let's see if I remember. I think we screwed it off first. Yeah. Pull this back. There we go. Oh yeah, it's empty, but there's a little bit in there. We'll put that in one of my tubs of grease. And then place this end in gun first. Man, they make it so easy, don't they? It's like idiot proof. That's good. Because our one, I remember the first time I tried to reload this, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just made a mess. I got it on there. It was a fight, and I made a mess. Probably lost a quarter of the tube of grease. Okay. And I think we just let that come in under its own power. I think you need the camera more than I do.
I'm just loosening a bolt. So this is a 2014 Cub Cadet. What does it say? XLT? LT?
XT1 Enduro series.
XT1, and it's a 50 inch cut, I think. And
whoa.
so you'll need an open-ended wrench for the top of the pulley assembly. And see, and then and the diagrams are on the Cub Cadet website, which is really nice because you can find all the part numbers and everything. And honestly, when you look at the parts and stuff on Amazon and other areas, sometimes the Cub Cadet dealership is actually.
So here's the tensioner she's taken down.
So here is the demolished pulley.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. I mean, it's...
Yeah. It's broken.
It's done. And I'll need a new little washer there, too.
I probably have one that would fit if it doesn't come with it.
Yep. So...
I've got a few washers laying around.
It goes like that. And then... Yeah. Actually, the belt actually doesn't look bad at all. But I'll replace it. I'll
keep that as a spare. Since we've got it open.
Yeah. I just need to drop this. And this, I tried to replace without a impact drill. And I'm like, why can't I get this off? And of course, then you go online and they're like, everybody's like, you have to have an impact drill. There's nowhere to get it off. And I believe
So it wouldn't work with like just a breaker bar?
I tried. You have to go quick because there's no way to hold it from spinning.
Huh.
So, I mean, it just...
So the engine just turned.
Yeah. So...
There's got to be a spot where you, like, to put another tool to keep it from spinning.
So you just say, thank you so much for the impact drill, because I've used it a lot here.
Oh, I've used it a lot more than you have.
Yeah. So anyway.
We just keep it here.
I know. So anyway, well,
is that it?
That's awesome. I think that is it for now.
That's it for now. Thanks, sis, for the half an education so far.
Ouch.
What do you got going on here? We got like a. Did you delete your lights? It looks like maybe.
They melted.
Oh. Well, it just makes it easier to take your hood off because you don't have to unplug your lights.
I don't remember how they routed it, but
who uses, like, I'm sure someone does.
Well,
but
honestly,
the lights,
I've mowed into dusk, and you're like, oh, the lights came on automatically, and
wow, I bet you paid extra for that, or Dad did when he bought this thing. Like automatic lights on a mower. Good grief.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Anyway, but yeah, so I just
okay. So we'll be back when you get parts.
Yeah.
See y'all.
So, while I'm waiting for the pulley to come in to replace that melted one, if y'all remember, I'm going to go ahead and just do the oil change before the season starts, because tomorrow I'm going to be mowing, hopefully, unless it rains, or this evening before. Alright. So, I just ran the engine for a little while to warm it up a little bit. So, just gonna do the oil change. I do a lot of mowing. I've got probably about 6 acres of tillable land that I've been maintaining, meaning like keeping the wild blackberries in check and everything. And the last couple years, so that I wouldn't have to mow as much, I've been mowing in strips. So every other week I'm doing essentially half the property. But this year, last year I talked to one of the wildlife management personnel about harvesting some of the cedar on my property, but also management, and I guess there's quite a bit of bird populations that require tall grasses, and since I don't have animals, Mr. Handyish isn't taking the hay anymore, I've got a neighbor, but he seems to be stepping back more and more every year from hay, and so it sounds like it's good timing. So, but anyway, so usually about halfway through the season, I'll do an oil change just because I've got quite a bit. So, and this is a hand-me-down mower. My parents sold their property and downsized, and they didn't need it anymore, and so they actually gave this one to me, and I've been using it. It's got a 50-inch cut, which is it's really nice. And I've had to replace the pulley system on the mower deck, and you know, the little gearbox steering mechanism, but other than that, it's been a pretty darn good mower. I replaced the tires last year, I think it was. They were worn out, but it's been pretty maintenance free. I've been very pleased with it. Plus, it was free to me, so you know. Well, we just got one of the necessary. Well, not too necessary. I could reuse the other one, but one of the components for replacing the pulley. So I have just the pulleys that need to get here, and then I'm good to go. I've already got the replacement mower belt, not no mower belt, drive belt, just in case, you know, while I'm up there doing all that anyway, it's the time to do it, because it's not very fun putting it back together. So save myself possibly figuring out that it's too stretched out and having to take it apart a second time. So anyway, but yeah, so yay, this thing's almost done draining. And the only thing that I really hate is how they've got this so inset that it gets all over. So what I'm going to do is just, and I probably could have done it before, was just push it up onto the ramp just on the left side there, and that'll kind of let the oil go in one direction. Something. Well, see what I mean? It's just, I think before I've used a 2-liter bottle, and I cut a hole in the bottom of it and, you know, kind of diverted it, because I've got to set up my ramp at my place now, but before I didn't, so that was the easiest way to try not to make so much of a mess. They just got to fill up. Golly. Don't we have a small one? There we go. smidge over 2 quarts. And I won't run it, obviously I'll probably swap out the oil again before winter comes, but I do use the lawnmower in the wintertime, moving stuff around and dragging tree branches and stuff. So I don't mind using the 10W30, especially with cold starts. So it's what I had on hand as well. So anyway, but I've used 5W30 and just straight 30 weight, but I haven't found the 30 weight in the 5 quart recently at the Walmart. So I just start going with what's available and what's cheapest. So anyway, so there's the oil change. Now I'm just waiting for the pulley parts to come in. So, oh, and I did replace the air filter towards the end of the last season, and I did the fuel filter at the beginning of this last season, and I think I do have a replacement for that, but it's running fine. So if it starts giving me trouble, I'll replace that. But you know. All right, folks, it arrived. The new pulley and versus the old pulley. Look at how melted that was. Yeah. So we got the new parts, and let's get started. So this bolt went up through the pulley bracket right there. Now you have to hold it contortionate style with your leg while you get this, oh, here it is, shoulder spacer. And you're going to put that on top of there. But it's facing, well, I didn't show you which side it's facing. This faces down, okay? Because that's got to go into the bracket. So you jiggle and wiggle until it seats on that bracket. And this is the really hard part, because this, anyway, then you take this pulley, whoops, dang it. You pull it inside there, flip it upside down, and then you're going to feed this behind here, like this. And then once you get this on top, then you put the bolt on, and then you're good to go, okay? But I can't videotape this because I don't have a third arm. All right, welcome back. Okay, we have this installed. The fan belt is on over on this side. So this is now placed correctly. This is the hard part. All right, so this bolt goes up through here and then goes up through your pulley bracket. You know what? This is just difficult. Okay, so here, I say okay so a lot. I realize that. Here is the pulleys, and there is a difference between them. So the one that got completely melted halfway through is the one that came off this side right here. So this is going to be the replacement for this, and both sides look identical. So this goes up through, and there is a shoulder, I think it's called a shoulder spacer or something like that as well, and that goes on this side of it. Or was it this side? It makes sense when you're doing it. That goes up through that. Yeah, the top. Yeah, this goes up through here like this. And like I said before, Cub Cadet, they've got the diagrams behind your driver's seat is your model number. Oh. It did come in time. So instead of this washer that I'd replaced, I'm pretty sure this was damaged from the last time. So this is the legit piece. So that'll go up through there. It was a 9/16 to remove this, so you'll need to have an open end because you're only able to fit your wrench through and from one direction. So this side is also a 9/16, so it's nice that it's the same. Go. So the thicker, fatter, wider one goes on this one, a thinner one, and they look good. So I'm gonna put that new one on. So we do have our brand new belt here. So let's see if it looks like, oh yeah, glad I'm replacing this. There's gouges where it started cutting into the belt, so I'm glad I'm replacing this. So, you know what? That didn't stretch out a whole lot, but it needs to be replaced anyway. So, let's put this through here. Usually it doesn't matter what direction they go. Slide that back on, washer on. You know what, while we're at it, let's put a little grease on there. Oh, how convenient is that? No, sir.
All right. Tell me, sir, I work for a living.
What did I do with my rag? So this end will go into the, we're looking at it like this. This is how it will install into the mower. And so we'll put this over the top of that fan belt first, and then get these in the direction that they need to be. And then we'll reverse the order. All right, got that off. Luckily, no jagged. It'll be on the inside. Jeez. Then you just pull this through the center. Okay, so this is completely seized on. And now, of course, memory serves me that I could not get it off. The pickle fork is too small, too narrow to fit around that. And I've done a fair bit of banging already. And so, you know what? I am going to be bending these brackets out of the way. And then I will beat them back into place. Okay, so looks like that's a 5/8 inch. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, so I've just got this clip to undo right here. There you go. And then this can slide right off of your drill. Set that down. And now what is left, if you can see this, is this piece right here. And this pulley always seizes on this engine. It goes up into the engine block. I don't remember what it's called, but anyway. So I think last time I took a pickle fork or something, or maybe just oiled on it a little while and popped that sucker loose, because this has got to drop down. So anyway, I don't remember if I had anti-seize the last time I did this or not, but I have it now. So if I can get it off, I will. Otherwise, if it won't come off easily, what I'll do is there are 3 brackets right here, and I will just bend those out of the way so that I can get this new belt on. So that's the plan. Wish me luck. Well, hello again. So I got that final piece that attaches from the pulley system, and it goes on here and then attaches up here. Now, when I was looking at it, I realized that I totally forgot to put this idler bracket inside the little slot. So I was like, dang it, am I have to take it all apart? No, I'm not going to do that. So, just a second, let me squeeze out of here. So, it's a linkage. So on this linkage, right there, that's where it links with that little bow tie cotter pin thing. So I'm just gonna take this off and then from underneath go ahead and put it into place, because it has like wings that it can only go in and out one direction. So anyway, and then I'll just put the bow tie back in place and the job will be done. And we'll start it up to make sure. So the cotter pin is back in place. To help take it out, what I did was I just pulled the brake forward and then set it so that I could access it. So I pulled the cotter pin out and then went ahead and released that brake, and then from below I went down here and pulled, or rather pushed, this pulley that direction towards the left front tire so that it could back up, and then with hand on this side and that side, rotated that so that it could go into that slot there. So it's just a long, it's like 1.5 inches long, narrow slot. So, and then this little guy here, now that that's done, you follow this electrical cord back, and it's right there, that little hole right there it goes into. So, this is going to be a little hard to do with one hand, but especially under a spring. Ugh, all right, I can't do it with just one hand, folks. But anyway, so I tried at least 4 times to get this in place with the spring on, and then I decided to use my brain. You know, one of those moments. And I just simply brought it over to it. And again, I need 2 hands, but just a little trick that might save you a couple minutes. All right, and that's where it sits and what it should look like. And everything is as it should be. So let's go for a test drive. Now you can take these off if you didn't know, the hood here. So I'm just going to put it back on. It just slides into those brackets. And there you go. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Where should I? Got keys. We've got her running. Oh, I don't. Let's see. This is the moment. Yay. Goes in reverse. It should go forward. Over here to pick up the deck. I greased it yesterday, so it is ready to go. And the brake set works. Now, this belt was fairly new. It's got a little bit of wear right there, but you know what? I go till these things literally destruct. So that's the only way to get the bang for your buck. So I'm gonna load this up and we're gonna do a test strip. Make sure everything's in operating order. So yesterday was gorgeous and got a lot done. Actually, I push mowed the yard until it threatened rain, and realized how out of shape I was. Well, it doesn't help when you've got hills. Such a pain in the butt. Cold today, folks. My nose is running.
All right, well, I've been mowing with it, and she had mowed with it, and then she lost her footage. So I've noticed it does bog down a little bit. It's kind of tall grass. It's old. She puts new parts on it, but it's still an old mower. But it mows good. I notice if I get going too fast, the sound of the blades, it sounds like it's slowing down. So there is some slippage there. I don't think it's just slowing the engine down. It seems like the engine's still going fast, but the blades are so. Don't want to wear her new belt out, you know. Even on startup, you can hear it like slipping a little bit. Slow it down there. So she says you're supposed to start the blades at full throttle, but it's slipping a lot, so I'm gonna do what I usually do, which is start it at low throttle. Puts a lot less stress on the belt, I would think. So let's try that right here in front of you. Maybe not like all the way down throttle, but low to mid throttle. Yeah, that's a lot easier on it. Uh-oh. There's a lot of slop in that belt. Well, I just came off the sensor. But there was a lot of slop in that belt. It's actually slapping against the guard. There's so much slop. Oh. Too many sensors on this thing. I'd be able to fly through this. Daggone wind. Wind all the time. Blowing my camera over. But hey, it'll get the job done. Beautiful day. Just she slips a little. Just gotta be aware of it to slow down. I think that's it for this video. It's long enough. I'm gonna have to trim a bunch out just to get it under an hour. See you later.